Hey guys, Sandra with the Food Bank of the Rio Grande Valley with a great recipe for Nutritious Can Be Delicious. Today we have a great recipe for you. It is garbanzo and avocado hummus. Today we're going to be using some red chili powder, sea salt, we're going to be using some olive oil, the juice of 1 lime, some garbanzo beans, a delicious avocado, cilantro, some chives, and some scallions. We're gonna be using garbanzo beans that we have already drained. We're using canned garbanzo beans. You can use fresh garbanzo beans or canned garbanzo beans. There is no reason not to use anything that is canned. So we're gonna be using 1 cup, which was the 15 ounces that we got out of the can. We're gonna pour that into our food processor. We are going to use a whole avocado. I'm going to pour that in there as well. That's 1 full avocado. We're going to be using 1/4 of a cup of cilantro. We want to put that in there. It's going to be so aromatic and it's going to taste delicious. We're going to be using the juice of 1 lime. We use the small limes, so the juice of 1 lime is going to give it some great taste. We're also going to be using some scallions. We're only using the little green part. That's going to give it some nice flavor. We're going to put a little bit of this chili powder, and it's just a taste, so you really don't have to measure it out. Just a couple of shakes in there. We're going to be using 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to spread it in there, and we're going to need 2 tablespoons so we can make sure that it is mixing all together and that it's not clumping up. Put this on the side. We want to put a little bit of salt, and it's just going to be a pinch of salt. We don't need too much. So I'm going to pour it onto my hand. It's going to be less than a teaspoon, so it's just for taste. Remember, you don't need too much. Pour the rest of it into our measuring cup that we have right here on the side. So now we're going to go ahead and go back to our Ninja station. We're going to cover this up, and you'll see exactly what we're going to do with it. So now we're back and we're ready to mix. Let's power it on, put it on blend. And as you can tell, it's a rough kind of chop. So we're gonna open it up. And what I did is I reserved a little bit of the water that was in the can. I'm gonna put some of that in here. So don't throw out that water from the can. Make sure that you preserve some of it. So if in case it gets clumpy, you can use it right back in there. So we're gonna power it right back up again and blend it. Seems to just to the right texture. So we're back to the table with our mix of the garbanzo beans with avocado. What do you think? I like to use them on horneaditas or tostadas, or it can even be on a wheat cracker. We're gonna dress one up. You can even put chips on the side, serve it just like that. But let me show you what we do for our get-togethers. So we're gonna use some small onions just to dress it up, give it a little bit more texture. Let's do 2 of them. We'll leave 1 just by itself. So there's options of how you can eat them. We're gonna use some cherry tomatoes on 1 of them. There you go. Or you can use some pomegranate seeds. How delicious does that look? 2 different textures, 2 different fruits, or you can just eat it like that. Thank you so much for joining us today.